Constitutional reforms heightened today, with a section of political players positioning themselves with various proposals. While the opposition and a section of Jubilee politicians are rooting for a change of system of governance, others, including Deputy President William Ruto, are opposed to plans for a referendum before the 2022 general election. Our senior political affairs reporter Chris Tairu puts this story into perspective.
A group of politicians who lost their respective elective positions in the 2017 general election became the latest group to pile pressure on the executive on the need to initiate dialogue on whether the country is ripe to amend the current constitution.
There is a question around the structure of government. There is a national question around the size of government. And there is a national question around the performance of government.
This country must change, and the eastern horizon is visible, and there is sun emerging, and you cannot hide the sun once it is out.
There was a problem, and this problem must be solved.
According to the politicians, most of them from the Mount Kenya region, who held a meeting with opposition leader Raila Odinga in July this year, the country should not go to the 2022 general election with the current constitution.
There does come a time when a point of convergence has to be found.
Most of those supporting constitutional amendments before 2022 argue that there is need to adopt a parliamentary system of governance that will create the position of Prime Minister and his two deputies, as well as reduce the number of representation in the country.
If we are to be peaceful, we must go back to Bombas of Kenya draft, where we have a constitution that is all-inclusive. After elections, everybody is happy.
But the clamour for constitutional changes seems to have put Deputy President William Ruto on a warpath with opposition leader Raila Odinga, yet again finding themselves on opposite divides, just as it was in the 2010 referendum.
My proposal is that we adopt a three-tier system that retains the current counties, creates regional or provincial governments, and retains the national government with a very clear formula for revenue sharing.
Mnataka turudi tena twende tuseme sijui nani akupata kiti gani, ati kwa sababu huyu akupata hii tutengenezee kiti moto, sijui mwingine tutengenezee kiti gani, sijui mwingine tutengenezee, na hawa wananchi milioni 45 watatengenezewa yao siku gani?
This even as the Third Way Alliance party leader, Dr. Ekuru Aukot, who is pushing for a referendum through a popular initiative, held a meeting with IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati.
We agreed that it will just require them to run a verification against their IDs and maybe the names, because this is data about voters in Kenya.
The last time that politicians tried to push for a referendum was in 2016 through the Okoa Kenya initiative spearheaded by CORD, but failed to reach the requisite 1 million signatures. Chris Tairu, KTN News.